And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Parade Ice Garden in Minneapolis. It is Region 6AA Section Girls Hockey. I'm Chris O'Connor along with Greg Swedberg. Greg, here we go.
Here we go. It's win or go home. You have two options here. Obviously, today for Benilde as the number 2 seed in District 6AA. They're one of the better teams in the state up against what on paper looks like a mismatch. But you got to be careful about mismatches and looking ahead and taking things for granted. The North Metro Stars have been playing better hockey towards the end of the season, have been scoring more. They had a little trouble scoring at the beginning of the season, but now they're putting the puck in the net a little bit better, and Benilde better watch out.
We're going to go down to ice level right now and have all of the players introduced, national anthem, and we'll be back in moments as we introduce the players and get ready for this game as Benilde takes on the North Metro Stars. Lineups have been announced, along with starters. And Greg, as we talked about getting the broadcast going here today, the girls have won their league, got to state, and now where do they go?
Well, this is they are in the midst of what is widely regarded the toughest division in the state for high school hockey, boys or girls. Section 6 AA features 5 of the top 10 teams in the state. They'll all end up playing each other if things go the way they're supposed to go. Benilde, a little disappointed that they did not get the #1 seed in Section 6A despite having the best record in that section, despite having a better head-to-head competition than Hopkins. Hopkins did get the #1 seed in the bracket. They get a bye. They don't have to play anybody. Then tomorrow, or later on today rather, Wayzata takes on Maple Grove in a game that's just going to be back and forth and an awesome bit of action. If you are watching at home and you have some time to come down to watch hockey, girls hockey today, there's no better place than Parade Rink to see it today. The other game today is Minnetonka, who is, of course, the 3-time defending state champion, taking on Armstrong Cooper, who's extremely underrated, playing good hockey at this time of the season. And then, of course, BSM has the first-round matchup with North Metro. And then no matter what happens, there'll be 2 awesome games come next Wednesday and a section final that will be as good as any game in the state tournament on Friday.
Girls nervous right now or playing with confidence before that puck drops?
I think they're fine. I think the key is that the question is for North Metro is can they make something good happen quickly. I think that Benilde expects to go up quickly, and you may see that happen because there's a fight behind the net and the Wheeler goes into the corner to forecheck the puck. North Metro starts 5 sophomores, Chris. Swedberg with the puck at center ice. Throws it back to Peterson. Dumps it off Riley's stick. And now there's Wheeler.
That first line of Benilde with Panic, Wheeler, and Riley, again, continues to dominate Greg. The last time we saw them a few weeks ago, they're a special breed. And
they're on fire right now. A game that they played against Orono in the middle of the week, that line had all the points. And Kelly Panic and Caitlin Riley have like some ESP thing going right now. And Brittany Wheeler starting to put the puck in the net. Brittany, they've all been capable of doing that, but Wheeler's has been more of the passer out there, and but she's starting to put the puck in the net too. So they're playing at a good time. I think that the key for Benilde during these next few games is how does the forwards match up with the defense? The defense is still a little inexperienced. There are 5 new defenders on this team from last year, and so we'll see how that goes. And then it really comes down to will Abby Miller be able to make a couple key saves along the way, and we'll see what happens there. And she's always been able to do that all year long, so we would expect that to happen. If all goes to form, this one again, for North Metro to win this game, they got to make something good happen early.
The second line of Benilde is on the ice right now. That's Druck, Kraus, and Kippen Keller.
Long pass to Keller misses. That looks like it's going to be an icing.
We did talk before the broadcast. There's some sub-stories in this game too. Abby Miller looking for a shutout to gain herself a state record for
I'm glad you jinxed it and I didn't have to.
So I'm going to open up right out of the game.
Well, no, but the fact is this is Abby. Abby has already tied the state record for most shutouts by any high school goaltender, and if she gets one here today, that will break the record. And I know that's been very important. I know certainly the defenders are thinking. Here comes Mackenzie Swenson in. Steldrich on the forecheck. Swenson battles behind. They throw it up the ice. That's Sydney Simone at center. Dumps it right back in. I think that Benilde should be doing here is just throw it in, put pressure on the defense. It's a very young team that North Metro has. They play. They started 5 sophomores. They play 8th graders. It's a young team. This is an offside call. They'll put the first line back out. This is something Coach Herbst has been doing more lately, as he's been matching the defense with the lines. Peterson, Swedberg out with the first line here. Nice play by Cassie Peterson to stand her up there. Panic to Swedberg up the ring to Riley, who dumps it in. The forechecks on. Here comes Wheeler.
So we can expect to see that dump in most of the game at this point.
I think that that Benilde skates better than North Metro does. They would be smart to do that. A lot of teams have been trying to bust it up the middle against Benilde lately. It hasn't worked. I'm not sure why they've been trying it, but they started to try it about halfway through the year, and it has not worked at all for them. Here comes Riley. Skates like she's on fire.
She is just a little bullet.
The thing is, she plays pretty physical brand of hockey too. They're always. I'm always surprised at how she's completely willing to go through and take the punishment, go through a check.
Well, the wholesale change for Benilde right now.
Underwood at the puck for North Metro, throws it up to center, and they turn it over, and here comes Keller. Keller, nice move into center, throws it, hits the post, and
sounds like it right up the post.
And I don't think the goalie saw it, and it hit the post, hit the goalie, and stayed out. The freshman defensemen out now for Benilde, Peluso and Cornell. Both have been playing real well towards the end of the season. They started out, obviously you're a freshman and you join this team, it's a little tough. But both Cornell and so Cornell's the smallest player in the team, and yet she plays pretty physically, and it was a nice pass right there to Allie Prowse. There again, you can see they're trying to bust somebody down the middle. North Metro is. And that looks like that'll be I'm going to wave the icing off. Wave it off. Miller rings it around. Key for Benilde during these next few games is make sure those forwards come back, that they're not lounging around at center ice, because you play against some of the teams you're going to be playing against, they can put pressure on your zone really quick. And, frankly, halfway through the season, there have not been a lot of teams to put pressure on Benilde. Again, a good play by Cornell to break that up. Again, you can see she plays quite physically for someone who's as small as she is. Ooh, there's looks like a trip. They're not going to call that. Well, now they're going to call something.
We will get something out of this.
They're going to get a hold. And it looks like that's on Cassie Hemming.
So she's going to come off the ice.
I mean, it's not a hold, it's actually body checking. So.
And I don't think, Greg, the last time we did see a power play opportunity. I think the last time we called one of the Benilde games, but again, the power play for the Red Knights this year has been pretty strong.
It's deadly. The only problem with the power play is sometimes they take a little too long to set up, and they start throwing it around, and they look for the most perfect play of all, and rather than just taking some shots and throwing it on net. Good play out there by North Metro's Tatum Manning to break that up, and she's killing the penalty here. And Kelly Panic winds it up.
Red Knights regroup, come back up the ice.
Panic will come down to this half board and set up, probably. They'll throw it in front. It's Wheeler. Wheeler over to Riley. Back to Wheeler. Wheeler finds Panic down low. What a good stop.
Great stop and some great passing by Benilde.
That's Hannah Paulson is the goalie for North Metro. Chris, she's one of the seniors, a few seniors on this team, and a good, solid goaltender. I mean, she's seen a lot of rubber this year. She's not a big girl. She's small, but she's held North Metro in some games this year.
1:10 to go on the power play advantage for the Red Knights.
Riley and Panic play catch. Riley throws it on the net. Paulson makes a save. Back to Druck in the corner. Druck starts to go behind. They throw on the side to Wheeler. Down on the half board to Panic. Panic's looking for Riley, cutting down low. Wheeler, well, it's blocked in the middle. North Metro's playing a diamond more than a box there, and it's a little bit different than what Benilde is used to seeing. So they're going to have to figure that out and solve that and figure out how to work against the diamond as opposed to a box.
Another 40 seconds for Benilde on the power play right now against North Metro.
Panic on the near boards. Panic on the near boards. Goes to Riley. Blast just wide. Druck battles behind. There's Krause battling also. And it's cleared back down. North Metro doing a good job on this power play. Benilde might want to pick it up here. This is something they're going to get a little more speed going here. Because again, when you have the speed advantage that you have over these guys, you want to get these guys moving instead of just standing around. Panic blows right through a check.
Under 10 seconds in the power play.
Oh, and just misses wide. Kelly did everything right there except for put the puck on the net.
North Metro has to be happy they killed that penalty off.
Here comes Panic though. Here's what happens though. Be careful. They just do that. Exactly. The team relaxes. They kill the penalty. Benilde still has its top personnel out there. Panic comes down low, draws the entire team to her. Wheeler's smart enough to keep going to the net, and the Panic drops it off for Wheeler, who has an entirely open net, and Benilde scores to at least open the scoring here. Watch Panic, boom, right around 1. Everybody starts looking for her. Nobody looks for Brittany, and she's there on the edge and bangs it in, pretty much empty net. Great play by Kelly Panic. That happens a lot. They'll kill a penalty, or the Benilde will kill a penalty, or they'll have one killed against them, and immediately they'll score right after that. So you got to be careful about how long that you start to relax against that. Third line out now. A lot of energy and has looked good, very good in the last few games. Particularly Mackenzie Swenson, who has the puck now. She got it from Julia Stelgis. And I know they badly want to get Maggie Connery a goal here today because she does not have one yet this season. So watch number 8. Same with number 6. They're looking to get a goal for Heather Mostrom, too. There's a couple girls who have not scored yet this year. I know Benilde would like to get everybody on the team in the goal column. Good play there out of the corner. This third line is a big energy line. Connery is a physical forechecker. Stelgis is kind of a pest, gets in the corner, and Mackenzie Swenson, we've all said, is the unsung hero. She's on that third line. Really high-quality player, extremely good defensively.
Face off in the North Star end, and Benilde still controlling the puck. Have kept on some pretty steady pressure, Greg, on
good hard shot by Sydney Simone there, which she was looking to get a tip. Nice play. Panic down low to Riley. Oh, and there it is.
And there it is.
Caitlin couldn't pull the trigger the first time. Just stuck with it, held it with it. It was a great play again. That's 2 brilliant passes by Kelly Panic to put her line mates in. And this is, I think what North Metro was fearing to start with is they're going to start and load up early. It was a great play by Panic to get it down low. Riley couldn't pull the trigger initially. As you can watch here, nice dump down low. Here's Caitlin, can't get it off. There it is. She got it off when she was going to her knees.
So pretty much according to script right now for Benilde, the way this game has started. 2 quick goals as the Red Knights go up 2-0 now on the North Metro Stars. We've got just over 9 minutes to go in the first period, pretty much just underway here at Parade Ice Garden.
Puck dump deep. Here comes Keller on the forecheck along with Allie Prowse. Nice play by Allie to free it up against 2 players. And Kippen gets squeezed on the back line. The player looked up thinking she was going to get called and didn't get called.
Nothing happened.
So comes off the boards at a funny angle. They're still trying to bust somebody right down the middle here. So Peterson and Swedberg should watch that.
Red Knights keeping it in the North Metro Stars zone.
Keller dumps down to Druck. To Keller, nice play. Ooh, good shot by, there they go. It was another good stop by Paulson. As both Prowse and Keller had good opportunities in there.
I think, Greg, you know, as we look at the bracket too, you know, Hopkins does get the bye. BSM would have loved it. Is a game like this for Benilde, is it helpful that they're playing maybe obviously a low-seeded team that they can probably have their way with?
I don't know if it helps or hurts. I mean, sometimes, I mean, if Benilde could be faulted for anything, sometimes they start to amuse themselves. And they're so good that they start looking to make perfect plays, and they start trying to get fancy. Sometimes they lose their concentration, and it's completely natural. It makes complete sense. You might lose your concentration when you know that you're better than who you've been playing against. But that's the issue that they've had this season, is that North Metro tries to spring on the long time. They try to get Leah Junkers, who is their leading scorer, only a sophomore. She's actually a very good player, and you got to be careful with her. Nice blow. Swenson had one buzz right by her. She big stop by Abby, who is right there. And here come the Red Knights. It's a nice play by Peluso to get that puck out. Peluso's been playing very steady. Oh, bad line change. Look out. Here come the North Metro Stars as they dump it down low, and there's Simone in the corner taking over. So they got away with that one. They changed all 5, and that was probably not the best time to do it. It was dumped in deep, and that's an icing.
They'll be coming back, but you know, sometimes you talk about teams sometimes play down to their competition. But we're in a state competition, so I would think
I don't think it's even that necessarily. Sometimes it's just that when you there's times when I think they don't want to run it up, and so they try to make perfect plays, and And then there's other times, when, especially what happened against Wayzata and what happened against Edina, where they were situations where they just kind of lost concentration in the second period. Nice battle in the corner by Caitlin Riley. There's panic with the puck. No, it was Riley with the puck. Back to now there's Riley in front. Wheeler backhand just missed.
Just missed.
And they dump it. Look at this. It's North Metro is like playing. It's like they're on a penalty kill because they kept leaking one girl out high, and it was Yonkers out top, who is their leading scorer, by the way. So you got to be a little bit careful. But that looks like their strategy is they're just going to lead. And there goes Yonkers again out of the zone. Nice toe drag by Riley. It's flipped in front. But North Metro is absolutely trying to leak it down, and then they're packing the other four down low. So Mostrom in the slot. Nice shot. And once again, they try to do it. Simone out calmly, bangs it back in.
Yeah, you're right. Yonkers just kind of sits out high and hopes for a breakaway. Here they come. North Metro into the...
That's Ock. For North Metro, the two players you got to watch are Yonkers and Ock. They're the leading scorers in the team. Yonkers 5 goals on the year, and Ock with 4. You got to be careful. Those are the two you got to watch, and don't let them in loose. And I'm sure that Gino Peluso was over there telling the defenders, hey, at this point, you don't want to let them in behind you, because that looks what their strategy is.
Game going Benild's way right now. If you just joined us, just under 6 minutes to go in the first period, and Benilde St. Margaret's holds a 2-0 lead over the North Metro Stars.
Here comes Keller. Keller beats it around the defender. In, stop. Big stop by Paulson.
First period definitely going the way of the Red Knights, Benilde St. Margaret's. Still a fun time, though, Greg. It's state championship time. Hockey, basketball, all the winter sports are coming to a head here, and it's always fun to see the girls get going first.
Well, the pressure's now on because you can't lose anymore, and you can't afford to play badly, and you got to make sure that you're playing well every game, and they are going to be playing some very. If this game continues the way it is, and we have no reason to believe it won't, that Keller in front, they was put right in the doorstep, almost scored with it. Keller back to Swedberg, moves in, wrist shot from the point. Ooh, good stop there.
I'm pulling for Sandy Swedberg to get a goal today. I'd like to see her put one in.
Yeah, I'd like to see that every day, Chris. But that's a hard thing. You call a game when your daughter's playing. That's because normally my attitude would be to be yelling at her, but I have to behave while I'm here.
Well, you let her know that I'm her biggest fan.
All right. She made a good play there, dumping the puck into the corner. That's really what the defenders have been told, and the smart thing to do is just when you have the forwards this team has, just put it in places where the other team isn't, and then you'll be fine. Once again, North Metro sneaking somebody out. They're trying to sneak somebody out, and then that is Yonkers again. So if they just keep... Well, now they got another penalty coming up here.
Something coming here.
It's like a slash.
We've got just under 5 minutes to go in the first period.
That's going to be Tatum Manning going off for the slash here.
She'll come off for 2 minutes as the Red Knights hold a 2-0 lead over the North Metro Stars in round 1.
That looks like a roughing call for some reason. That's not a slash. I don't quite be able to see.
Bill goes back on the power play now.
In front, puck lays in front, and they can't quite put it home. This is dangerous. North Metro can't be doing this. Can't take penalties against this team. Here comes Wheeler, just walks in, looks for an opening. It goes right across the front of the net. Allie Prowse now, they're banging on Allie pretty hard, and generally does not work out well for whoever's banging on Allie Prowse. You don't want to.
No, she's got a little attitude out there, which is nice to see.
Well, that's her job. She stands in front. I always admire Allie Prowse on the power play here. Her job is to go stand in front and take the abuse, and that's what happened there. The game's getting a little physical now. Wheeler comes out of the corner, gives the panic, shoots it across to Riley. Riley, and then another stop there by Paulson.
I think some great passing, Greg, by the Red Knights so far in this period. They are really moving the puck well.
That's typical. This team loves the cross ice pass. If your box is out too high against the defenders, they will absolutely burn you on the back side of it.
1 minute to go on the power play. Benilde on the advantage.
Nice move by Riley to Spinorama get away. Goes over to Panic, and Panic in front. Oh, absolutely. She had right on the doorstep. She had Druck on the doorstep. Kaylee couldn't quite get her stick on it.
North Metro clears the puck back into the Benilde end.
And now one of the players falls down, so Benilde really has some numbers now. Here comes Wheeler. Sets up to Riley. Back. Oh, there's panic to Riley. There's Riley. Ooh!
Oh, great save.
Riley with a laser beam, and to be honest, the goalie's lucky it hit her in the glove.
I think
because
she put that glove up and said, "Look what I got."
That shot was so hard that you know, if it did not hit her in the glove, it was 2 inches high or low. That was in the net.
30 seconds to go for Benilde on their power play advantage. Right?
Riley can really shoot the puck. Probably the hardest shot in the team, her or Panic. Or Peterson, who rarely gets in there. Nice play to get it across ice to Wheeler. They're doing a good job. Paulson's doing a really good job of just standing ground, not going down, cutting the angle off. If the Benilde can hit the corners, they'll score. But at this point, Paulson's playing the angles, playing the odds, and the puck's hitting her. They give it up now, and then North Metro shoots it down the ice.
And they are back at full strength. Just under 3 minutes to go. Red Knights hold a 2-0 lead over the North Metro Stars as they bring it back out of their own end.
And here comes Riley, and this is what we talked about again right after the power play. Sometimes they relax. And Riley comes in, and Druck swinging a miss in front, and it rolls right on top of Paulson, and she sits on it to get a face-off.
We'll have a line change for the Red Knights.
Third line out now with the freshman defense. Good draw by Swenson. Back to Peluso. Down low to Connery. Connery in the corner. Throws it behind, looking for Stelgis. Stelgis. And now they fight for it in the corner. Here goes Connery. Connery's very physical, gets very good in the corners. Matter of fact, Maggie had the puck and she just couldn't get her stick free. And here comes North Metro. They dump it out, and a long pass. Looks like that's going to be icing.
That will be coming back. Anybody in the section, Greg, that the kids really are looking forward to skating against or seeing again?
I can tell you the seniors would like to play Minnetonka again. But I can tell you that most of the other team doesn't care who they play because they're all good. And they're all equally scary for different reasons. There's lots of different sorts of things can happen. Draw back to Peluso. Fires it. And it goes off. And they try to bust it up the center of the ice. And here they come again. As Junkers is in offside. This line is the one you got to watch out for against North Metro. This is Ock along with Manning and Junkers. They're the scores for North Metro. So you got to be careful with this particular group.
When we talk this team, if you're not familiar with North Metro, they come from 5 different schools to put a team on the ice. Which I don't know if that's an advantage or disadvantage. You know, the Red Knights play together, go to school together. I would think it'd be a little more of an advantage to have your one school as opposed to 5 on one team.
Well, there's a lot. It's just I don't know if we would call it an unfortunate byproduct of what's happening lately. There are fewer girls hockey teams than there used to be. Nice move coming around this side of the ice. Riley tries to cycle back. Ooh, 2 players run into each other from North Metro. And here comes Panic. Panic tries to do the dipsy-do, and she does completely, goes around. Riley will dump it into the corner while they make a change and get the second line on. Panic tries to drop it back for Druck. And once again, they're going to float Leah Junkers out there and hope that she is in. Junkers screams Simone. No call. Junkers led with the elbow, too. So it was this line for North Metro are all sophomores. And and then they got a pick there, and they picked off Kip and Keller, and they're going to take another penalty.
So we've got 45 seconds to go in the first period. Benilde up 2-0. The third penalty now for North Metro, which gives the Red Knights, again, another advantage.
I'm sure, Chris, that the North Metro feels they're going to have to play physically against, because they can't skate with Benilde. So they're going to have to play physically, try to slow them down. Good play is they get a hold of it, and they try to dump it out, but they can't. Panic holds it in at the point, lets it loose, and that puck bounces off the ceiling for a face-off.
I suppose one of the things that maybe the girls talk about or look for is if you get up on a team, does the other team that's down look to, hit a little harder? Or
depends. A lot of times it depends how angry they get. We've been in games where the other team has tried to take it out on them, and then they've also been in games where the other team just kind of gives up. So it really just depends on the attitude of the team, the coach. Panic throws it on net, trying to get a tip in front from Kraus.
Red Knights are on the power play right now with under 20 seconds to go in the first period.
Panic trades places with Wheeler. Back to Wheeler. 10 seconds left. Back to Panic. Right through the 5-hole, and she covers it up. Paulson, good stop there. 5-hole was wide open. Kelly saw it, threw it there. The goalie slammed it down and slammed it close. They had 6 seconds left in the period.
Still a chance they can control this face-off to get another shot on goal before the end of the period.
Battle in front. Kraus has it on the backhand and almost got it there, and the period will run out. So, good period for the Red Knights. I wouldn't say it was a great period, but it was a good period. They're up 2-0. We'll get shots here in a second as they're not kept on the scoreboard, so you don't see them here, but we'll have those for you in a little bit. And it's certainly better to be up 2-0 than it is to be down. But I have to think that North Metro's, hey, we held them to 2. They didn't get more than that, and maybe their idea of we're gonna play physical against these guys, slow them down, try to keep them on the fringe, and hope they don't score in the power play. And so far, they haven't scored in the power play. The goals have been just after the power play.
We'll have to see if the physical play continues into the second period, but Benilde obviously off and running where they want to be with a 2-goal lead as we finish up the first period. We're going to take a little break. Greg, come back. We'll run down stats from that first period as we are enjoying the District 6 AA section game. Benilde taking on North Metro. We'll see in just a couple of minutes.
Hi, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Nicole Malachowski, a U.S. Air Force Fighter Squadron Commander and the first woman pilot with the United States Air Force Aerial Demonstration Team. My fellow airmen and I know that each of us plays a huge part in our victories, whether in the air or on the ground. We couldn't accomplish our mission without using everyone's skills to reach our goals. Embracing our differences and working together is also what has made America strong. Thank you for your support, and remember, our strength lies in our diversity. This message brought to you by the United States Air Force.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Parade Ice Garden. Chris O'Connor along with Greg Swedberg as we're bringing you the 2014 Section 6 AA Girls Hockey Tournament bracket. We've got Benilde taking on the North Metro Stars. And Greg, a quick recap. You're looking at stats from the first period.
Stats for the first period, Chris. The scoring went like this. The first goal was Brittany Wheeler from Kelly Panic, and Caitlin Riley was Wheeler's 15th of the season. Then later, Caitlin Riley on a nice feed by Kelly Panic was Riley's 35th goal of the season. Panic with those 2 assists gives her 45 on the year, and Panic the leading scorer on Benilde, and Riley's right there behind her. Panic's one of the leading scorers in the state, by the way. Shots of the period were 21 for Benilde and 3 for North Metro Stars. It was a decent period. I think that everybody would agree that you get 21 shots, you're hoping to score more than twice. They're going to be on a power play to start the second period here. I'm pretty sure what they'd like to do is just shut the door, like make it like let's not have any more drama here. Let's try to get that third goal and put them so far behind that they're not going to be able to catch up. North Metro has had issues all season scoring. They've played fairly well defensively at times, and I thought they played very well, especially against the Benilde power play in the first period, as they were able to hold the power play off the scoreboard. Now they had a couple of lapses after that, where we snuck some players in behind them, and they spent a little too much time watching Kelly Panic play at the puck, which is kind of fun to do. But in this case, they played really well against the power play, using a diamond as opposed to a typical box, and they would bring the. There might have been some pre-scouting here, because Benilde likes to operate with one player in the center of the ice up high, and North Metro did a really good job of putting pressure on that player and then forcing us to pass it across.
We'll bring the brackets back up, the bracket for this 6 AA. As Greg, as you said when we started the broadcast, there are some really good teams in this section, and whoever comes out really is going to have to work and work hard.
They may, there's a really good argument that whoever comes out of this section is probably the best team in the state. Although I'm sure there's some arguments you'd hear from Eden Prairie and from Hill Murray at the same time. But certainly between the top 4 seeds and as well as Maple Grove is playing now, along with Maple Grove, these are some of the best teams in the state. I mean, the winner of this game takes on the winner of Minnetonka and Armstrong Cooper, and before you just decide that's going to be Minnetonka, Minnetonka has not played particularly well the last month or so, and Armstrong Cooper is big, strong, physical, and the kind of team that can give Minnetonka trouble. And if they can keep that game close following that, then they have every reason to be able to beat them. And in the opposite bracket, the game that would be tremendously fun to watch would be Maple Grove against Wayzata. Really 2 strong skating teams, physical teams, and Wayzata, one of the deepest teams. They don't even have the superstars that other teams have, but Wayzata there's no weak spots on Wayzata at all. Young, strong, big, and deep. And then, of course, Hopkins, who has an all-state goalie, an all-state defenseman, and an all-state forward. One of the finalists from his hockey is they are capable of winning any game any way possible. So nothing but good teams left here, and as it should be, we're in the playoffs. Benilde has to take care of business and have a little bit of urgency here and take this game over, end it, and then start thinking about what's going to happen next week. Don't start thinking about what's going to happen next week until you take care of business here.
We're underway in the second period. Benilde still on the power play. 50 seconds to go as they take it into the North Metro Stars end.
Throw it in front. Beautiful pass in front by Wheeler to Panic. And it was a great stop there by Paulson. Panic comes from the center of the ice. Waits, delays, back to the top. There's Riley. Riley waits, picks the top corner and scores.
That is probably the best thing that could have happened for Benilde right out of the gate, as we talked about in that first period, not scoring on the power play, and on this time around finally popped it in.
I think that Coach Herbst and the coaches must have told the girls, you have to bring that puck down a little bit lower, be patient, because there is plenty of net to shoot at if you just wait and find it. And that's what happened in that particular kind is that Caitlin waited, finally found it. As you watch her come in, she sees there's the corner, picks it, and nobody puts that puck on net the way that Caitlin Riley does. Is a piece of the signage comes loose as Benilde is trying to break out. I think the people at Leon Chin are going to probably want to
maybe tack that banner down just a little stronger.
Maybe want to spring for the glue on the back of that sign. It's too bad because Benilde had a breakout going. They had a 3-on-1, and unfortunately that wasn't terribly helpful.
We're just underway in the second period. Benilde with a 3-0 lead over the North Metro Stars in a section game in 6AA.
Ooh, physical play there by the young North Metro defense as Allie Prowse was coming down the sideboards and was stood up fairly well. There's Andy Swedberg, dumps it right back in.
Yep. All game long, the defensemen have been throwing it back in. It's for Benilde.
Throw it down low, use your speed, go get the puck, set yourself up, get the cycle going. That's what they've been doing. That's what they've been trained to do. Druck picks it up in front. Ooh, a tough stop. Good stop by Paulson.
North Metro with the puck and bring it out of their own end.
They throw it to an open wing, and once again they were trying to spring somebody deep, but Cassie Peterson sniffed it out. Swenson comes in. There's Connery in the corner. Turns back to Swenson. Swenson in front. Nope. And again, there they go, right up the center of the ice. They try to spring Yonkers in. Peterson sniffs it out. Now, North Metro's definitely trying to take the body here and slow Benilde down.
Icing waved off.
Nice play by Connery to turn that puck back over. And here comes Kelly Panic. Comes right around the defender, in tight, and another huge stop by Paulson.
I haven't seen Greg, the North Metro Stars, give up yet. I think they're still hanging in there. They're playing as best they can right now.
I think as long as Hannah Paulson hasn't given up, that's the key. Is Benilde keeps throwing the puck on the net, and that was a really good stop. Is Kelly? I've seen her score that about 8 times where she looks like she's going to come all the way across the net, and then at the last second just leaves it there and flicks it back behind the goalie. In this case, Paulson's glove was out there, and Kelly hit it. Nice play by Peluso to turn that around, get right back on the attack. Nice, ooh, and another good pass, this time by Panic. Cornell holds it in to Wheeler, dumps it back in the corner.
I think Benilde's being just a bit more aggressive in this period coming out, Greg.
Well, I think they have to skate, Chris, and you have a major advantage. You're one of the better skating teams in the state. You got to take care of it. Here's the one player on this team you don't want to have the puck. Is Leah Yonkers, who's the leading scorer, and you can see she's got some skill. It's just in this case, she tried to skate right through Kelly Panic, and that didn't work. Wheeler comes back in and is turned aside.
Changes for Benilde.
And we're getting a whistle. And I think they may get Benilde for too many players.
Definitely on Benilde.
Nope. The slash on Brittany Wheeler. So Benilde will have to kill a power play now.
13:33 to go in the second period. Benilde 3, North Metro Stars 0. 3-0 lead for the Red Knights.
Peterson takes it and dumps it down the ice. And here comes Prowse, who's beating that's Yonkers, who she beat down the ice. And Yonkers takes her down, and there's no call there. So that's interesting.
Ellie Prowse made a hard charge to that puck.
A lot of times the referees start to referee the score as opposed to referee the game. And I'm not saying that was a clear-cut trip, but you certainly could have called it if you wanted to. That's Ock at center ice bringing it in. Picked up at the blue line by Prowse, who knocks her down and then dumps the puck back down the ice.
North Metro on the power play for just over another minute.
Hemming to Underwood, who brings the puck in. Guarded by Simone in the corner. Peterson knocks it away. And Cassie Peterson, who has some of the quickest hands I've ever seen, fires it all the way down the ice. Benilde will change half the defense and change the forwards here. Well, you're not going to fool Kelly Panic like that. And here comes Kelly now. Dumps it back off to Caitlin. And again, another stop by Paulson.
She's having a great game.
I don't know if she's read the book on these guys, but I've seen those forwards score that goal all the time. Nice play by Panic, and it goes in.
It bounced right over him.
Yeah, it was a good play by Riley just to throw the puck. Sometimes that's what you just throw the puck in front of the net, and then good things will happen. Kelly beat the defender to the puck, and as you can see coming out of the corner here, Caitlin just comes in, throws it in front. Kelly tips it, goes over the goalie's back and right into the net. Benilde scored short-handed here to go up 4-0. That'll be Panic from Riley.
Under 30 seconds to go for North Metro on the power play. I'll say again, Greg, though, that I think Benilde came out much stronger this period than the first period. They just seem to be a little more focused.
I'm sure that they said, look, let's just end this thing. Let's not wait around. Let's not fool around with it. Kelly again in front. And here's Peterson, who's pinching on a penalty kill.
Oh, she just ripped that too.
Peterson has a bomb for a shot. Absolute bomb. And then, and back in front, and they score again as they get this happens all the time, Chris. Benilde comes off a penalty kill, and traditionally then what happens is they've already got 2 of their better players playing forward. The third one comes on, bang, bang, and it's in the back of the net. And before you can turn around, there's Brittany Wheeler with her second goal of the game.
So the Red Knights are on a roll right now, 5-0 with 11:26 to go in the second period.
I'm sure this was that Coach Herb said, look, you guys don't let them score. And now they come in and they get their first good scoring chance on Abby Miller. That's Brooke Rainerson. And again, most of this North Metro team is very, very young. The ones that are getting most of the ice are very, very young. A lot of sophomores.
We talked, this team, North Metro, is made up of Columbia Heights, kids from Brooklyn Center, Park Center, Fridley, and Osseo. So it's five schools.
Osseo has a pretty good youth program they share with Maple Grove, so there's probably a bunch of kids from that school. That whatever line that they threw out, the North Metro threw out, had really good energy there and actually caused some problems for them. So here comes Connery into the zone. Gets tripped along the boards. North Metro throwing a lot of people into the corner. Stell just gets knocked down.
North Metro brings it out of their own end into the Benilde end.
And Simone picks the puck in the corner, fires it around the boards for Connery. He tips it almost out of the zone, but not quite. And Simone makes a pass to Stelders, who doesn't connect.
And that will be
an icing.
Coming back. We also talked, Greg, about a couple of the Benilde players that are up for Ms. Hockey this year. Kelly Panic, Caitlin Riley. I know Abby Miller's up for Goalie of the Year as well, too.
Benilde with 2 kids in that competition for Ms. Hockey. That's not, it doesn't happen every day, but then again, it's not a normal team. And recently the senior goalie award was narrowed down to 5 players, and Abby's still in the running for that, as Abby has, I believe, the best record of any goalie in the state.
I looked at all the kids online, and the thing that stood out for me is all those top 10 players that are up for Ms. Hockey. The cumulative grade point average is 3.7.
Here comes Kaylee Druck right in, moves in, goes to the top corner and just misses. Here comes Kaylee again in front. This time she throws it in front and bounces off Paulson. Keller flying on the side here. Nice move by Keller on a spinorama. Keller on a 1-girl cycle. Goes back to Cornell in front, and Paulson didn't see it till the last second. Comes off. There's a great screen in front by Allie Prowse. And there's Allie battling in the corner. Now Kippen in the corner. Comes and picks it up. Leaves it for Prowse. This time Prowse just skates right through a girl. Prowse now at the cycle, looking for someone. Prowse in front. Just misses the top of the net. Druck. They're letting him come off those boards easily, and Druck throws one right on the net. This time Paulson makes the save. North Metro's letting the Red Knights come off the boards there. They need to get either a winger or a center to come down and clamp down on that, because Red Knights have made like a 1-girl cycle 3 times in a row, and they got good shots at the thing.
Both teams changing lines. Face off in the North Metro zone.
Peterson fires into the corner. Nice play by Riley. Battles on the boards, gets tripped. They don't make any call there. Held in by Swedberg, dumps it back down to Riley.
Right. North Metro still uses that goal, that player that sits out by the red line, just hoping for a breakaway.
And here she is on the near side. They're trying to hide her now. Riley tries to drag it through the middle, leaves it now back for Peterson. Dumps it back down. Swedberg on the far boards, picks it up, dumps it down to Wheeler. In the corner, cycles to Panic. Panic to Peterson. Peterson fires it off the boards. Swedberg comes in now as both the defenders are pinching for Benilde.
Sandy Swedberg's doing a great job keeping that puck in on her side.
Riley circles in the middle. Riley, once again, I've seen this act before, and so as we saw it a little earlier when Caitlin comes circling across the net with speed, and she tends to want to fire it back top corner on the far side. That was a nice shift by that line, and as they held it into that North Metro zone for about a minute.
I'm sure, Greg, you've seen these kids play all year long. You've seen them in games like this where they're up and have the game in somewhat hand, but watch here.
From North Metro, they throw it across. Nice play. Good play there by Heather Mostrom to basically stop that from happening. And here they come, 2-on-1. Connery along with Swenson. Swenson throws in front, rebound in front. Connery battles for it. Stell just battles for it. The Red Knights are, the third line wants to score so bad.
They want.
I got a little excited there because I so badly want Maggie Connery to get her first goal here. It's like, and she had the 2-on-1 in there. I was like, oh, here comes Maggie. We're going to get that first one. So she's played so well. Everything's happened good except for the puck to go in the net.
That lane stays on the ice right now. Face off in the North Metro end.
Nice play by Stell, just back to the point. Mostrom in front, tipped. They battle for it there.
Right over the goal.
Oh, it just goes over the top of the net. But the third line is flying now, so they're doing real well. Good play by Conry to hold this puck in. Back to Mostrom, throws it into the corner. And Conry all from one side of the ice all the way to the other. Simone gets smacked, and here comes North Metro.
Red Knights take control of the puck and bringing it out of their own end.
Nice play by Conry. He bring it in, shoots on net.
Change for the Red Knights.
Whoops, you can't throw it through the middle. It's Kippen Keller's right there. Here comes Kippen.
She is quick, Greg. Boy, does she move.
She has really good speed. Another good save by Paulson, this time off Kaylee Druck's stick.
Allie Prowse sitting in the middle there, hoping that she might get a little tip in. Big smile on her face right now. I think she felt she might have had a shot there for a goal.
I love the dynamic of this line where you have Prowse and Druck, who are really excellent defensively. Not that Keller isn't, just that they're so good that allows Keller to do a lot of freelancing, and that's very impressive. So here comes North Metro out of the zone now as they have Junker sitting there waiting to get that pass. Abby stops it behind the net, dumps it into the corner. Good play, keep it away from Junkers. Oh, someone's hurt. Allie Prowse
is coming off. She is skating gingerly.
So didn't get to see what happened to Allie, but it looks like she got banged up there. I don't know what happened. Looks like her. She's taking her skate off right away. So not sure what happened in that corner. Maybe we get the replay what happened to Allie in the corner. I don't know. Let's see. Well, she was actually. It happened.
Did she come off the board?
It looked like it happened. Whatever happened probably happened near the blue line there, and she kind of slid into the corner there. So we'll watch it, see what happens. Take a look at Allie. Certainly, obviously, it's important for Allie to be around. You don't want to lose Allie Prowse if you're in the playoffs here. North Metro's starting to wheel now too.
Just over 5 minutes to go in the second period here. We're at Parade Ice Garden.
Swedberg tips it up to Riley, who tips it up to Panic, and now they're trying to make it into a 2-on-1. Panic in. It's a stop again by Paulson.
Red Knights have absolutely had their way with this team, Greg, in this second period as they're up 5-0.
Yeah, I think that the key here is just don't relax. Keep the pressure on. Something happened where Allie is.
Looks like the skate's going back. I've been watching the bench, and it looks like her skate is going back on. So let's see if she comes back out this period. We have a whistle.
You're gonna see if we can get another look at that. What happened? You know.
Here she comes up the ice.
And something happens.
Yep, different replay. That's all right.
And in the meantime, Benilde's taking a penalty here to.
Panic came off.
They're going to call Kelly Panic for. I think it looks like interference.
So Red Knights will try to kill off this penalty for the next 2 minutes.
I tell you, they're going to want to. Oh, big stop by Abby Miller, who gets poked in front of the net.
Yeah, I think that's Greg. You know, if you're going to do it, don't get away with it. And don't make it real obvious.
And it was a spear, so I'm kind of surprised that. We'll see what they call now. They're going to call a slash. It was actually a spear. And
we'll take a look at that Allie Prowse injury. Let's see where she went down.
No.
We'll get the right one here for you.
It's no big. We'll see what happens here. So, in the meantime, the North Metro decided to even it up. Did whatever. Swedberg battles in the corner. They called Fredrickson, which was not. It was not a smart penalty. I don't know what she was thinking of there. Wheeler throws down to Peterson. We're 4-on-4 here now. Red Knights have Peterson, Wheeler, Swedberg, and Riley. And they try to spring her up the middle. And Swedberg with the long arms just And once she gets creamed,
it's crushed in between two players.
Now they're on a wheel.
Red Knights control the puck at this point. No. North Metro still has the puck.
The North Metro parents not happy about that. They would like to see a penalty get called. Here comes Caitlin Riley, and they'll make a change. And then she gets banged into the board. So this is kind of...
well, and I'll tell you, we just...
Caitlin hit her back.
From behind.
So that's not going to sit well.
North Metro pulled their goalie here as long as they controlled the puck. And there's the whistle.
Yeah, Caitlin got checked and retaliated, and the referee didn't see the check, but he certainly saw the retaliation.
We did see the replay on Allie Prowse, Greg. She did go down on her own. So
but she's back on the ice, though, Chris. So there she is,
just
right
must
there.
have lost an edge or whatever and hit it wrong. And
so Benilde now has to kill off a 4-on-3 here, and then it'll be at least for the next 45 seconds or so. They dump it back. That's Yonkers. Oh, and a big stop in front. Yonkers again. And they're just working. The North Metro has decided they're going to decide to work this, and they're leaning hard on every Benilde player every time they have the opportunity to do it. So at this point, the smart thing to do is when you're up 5-0, don't get retaliatory. Just it takes a lot to beat you at this point. Remember, it's about winning. And they were offside, and they don't call that.
And now North Metro, 4-on-3.
Big stop by Abby, and she
Saved
covers
by
it up
Abby
in
Miller.
front, and they decide they're going to take their time blowing the whistle, and they finally do.
All right, so we've got one of the Benilde penalties is killed off. So now we're 4-on-4.
For another 4 seconds, and then they'll have about a minute 14 on another power play. And Kelly's going to go for a skate.
All right, North Metro now at full strength.
And Kelly loses it and goes all the way down the ice with it. So Benilde's going to kill with Simone, Peterson, Prowse, and Panic. And look at Allie Prowse doing the kind of work that she does. Goes into the corner and gets it. And then Kelly Panic goes in, and they're trying to work Kelly over, and that generally doesn't work. And they hit her after the play, and this sort of thing happens, and sometimes when you're more skilled than the other team, they don't call the other team. Panic back to Swedberg, over to Peterson.
Just over 30 seconds for Benilde to kill off this power play. Benilde making some change.
Again, trying to spring somebody down the middle.
Just over 2 minutes to go in the second period. Benilde up 5-0. North Metro in the remaining seconds of their power play advantage. And both teams are now, Greg, at full strength.
We killed it off. I just need to get it out of the zone. As Kelly's looking to spring somebody along. That's how you spring somebody along, in case you're looking. And that's Riley who slides it in, just barely misses. Riley back to Druck to Panic, in tight. Backhand just misses. You could hear Kelly yelling for the puck from about center ice as Kelly saw that play coming. They flip it in front, and now here comes North Metro again. And that's Fredrickson who dumps it in. Peluso gives chase in the corner. They're beaten to the puck, into the slot. Nice play by Cornell to cover that winger up. They throw it in front, and Kelly puts a stick down, says, no, we're not going to go through here.
Red Knights on the move back into the North Metro zone.
Yep, Panic looked up for a second, went right under her stick. And then there's Kelly gets slashed twice, and this time they caught it.
We call that a little love tap.
Well, it's only when it gets dangerous when it's up around her head. That's what you don't want to have, a slash where you're getting slashed. And look, I get it. You're losing 5-0. It's no fun, but you got to watch your stick.
So North Metro, like the end of the first period, will take a penalty and head then into the third period with with a disadvantage as the Red Knights continue to take advantage.
Yeah, you just saw at the end there, Yonkers tried to skate through Panic, and Kelly had position, and she's allowed to hold her position. And then Yonkers didn't like it, so she slashed her twice. I don't think you actually got to see where it was. The Red Knights kind of let the puck sit on the near boards, waiting for someone to take. Caitlin finally does. Riley up top to Panic. Panic back to Riley. Top of the net's wide open, and Riley goes for it and just barely misses.
She was looking to put it up on the top shelf. Here we go again.
The goal you can see is leaving both top corners wide open, and this time she is going down a little. Maybe so they scored a couple times. She was not doing that in the first period. Wheeler cycles out of the corner, looks for someone, drops it back to Riley. Panic in front, down low, Druck, Prouse. They both bang at it. Prouse gets knocked down again. In front, Wheeler looking for the hat trick.
Oh, right in front of Allie Prouse.
Just as the buzzer goes. Good. This is a better period for Benil. This is the kind of thing they wanted to do is skate, use their speed. North Metro is they're fighting hard, and they're trying to slow the game down by playing physically. And Hannah Paulson's played very, very well. Benil had plenty of chances there.
Well, I think, Greg, this game could easily be double digits.
It could be if it wasn't for Paulson.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that they are slowing Benil down a little bit, and the fact that they're holding their one player out high is forces Benil to at least pay attention to that, and so we're not used to seeing that. So, but in general, a good period 5-0. I think the key here now is just keep playing, close this game out, and start thinking about Wednesday.
Benilde is one period away from moving into the section semifinals. We're going to take a quick break, come back, and see in just a few minutes. Right now, after the end of 2, it's Benilde St. Margaret's 5, the North Metro Stars 0. We'll see you in just a few.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard. I train with the best, a team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe, because our nation expects more.
If you expect more, maybe you were born ready. Find out at GoCoastGuard.com.
Coming back for period number 3. We're at the Region 6 AA girls section hockey game. I'm Chris O'Connor along with Greg Swedberg as the Red Knights are taking care of the North Metro Stars right now, Greg, after 2.
Red Knights are doing what they're supposed to do, which is to just keep pressure on, don't get caught up any funny business, keep the puck going. The shots in the second period were, let's see, they had 15 shots for the second period after they had 21 in the first period, a total of 36. And the North Metro Stars had a total of 3, which matches the 3 they had in the first period. And again, that's a total of 6. The scoring in the second period was Caitlin Riley scoring her 36th goal of the season from Kelly Panic and Kaylee Druck on a power play to start the period. And then Kelly Panic scored the second goal from Caitlin Riley, and then a little later on it was Brittany Wheeler from Caitlin Riley, and the Panic goal was shorthanded. So 5-0. There are a bunch of penalties in the second period. There's probably a little frustration on behalf of North Metro. It's important that Benil does not get caught up in that stuff. Keep your temper. If someone hits you late, just deal with it. And the key is get out of here. Everybody stay healthy, and we'll see what happens. So
we're 17 minutes away from the Red Knights moving on to the section semis. We've talked all game long how difficult this section is. There are very good teams, and the team that comes out could have a shot at state, but any team could get out of this section.
The next 2 games, if Benil is fortunate enough to keep playing here, next 2 games might be tougher than the first 2 games at state. It's a very, very deep section 6, and you certainly want to do your best. And I know that there's a large number of these girls who wants a little revenge on Minnetonka, and they would not mind seeing them if Minnetonka plays on Wednesday night. Red Knights open the period on a power play, about a minute left as Wheeler plays on the near boards. and it's fired right back down the ice off of Riley's stick. Pena gives chase here for the North Metro Stars. And they'll set up again. Good forecheck here by Pena. Puck comes in front. Abby knocks it back to the corner. Wheeler brings it up the ice and is hit, but then Wheeler goes right through that check and brings the puck to center ice, and she'll bring it down here in the center of the ice. And they'll set it back up. Panic over to Riley. Riley lets it loose. Stopped by Paulson. Prouse back to Riley. Riley on the moves in. The backhander. Good stop again by Paulson.
Still control that puck.
Panic fires away. Another stop by Paulson. Good job by North Metro to this time to give Paulson a nice clean look. Usually the goalie does not get that clean a look when Benild's on the power play, as both Prouse and Druck are down low providing
up to
screens.
that dangerous time, Greg, where the power play expires and then all of a sudden things can happen.
Yeah, things can happen. Again, I always tell people just because the power play is over does not mean that we're not going to score, because a lot of times we score immediately after the power play is over. And that's what's happening now. Druck down in the corner, down low to Panic. Panic gets tripped, no call. And they had Riley. There were 3 North Metro Stars at center ice with only Riley guarding him. Puck comes in front. They jab at it. They poke at it. Paulson's on top of it.
And it's a pylon.
And there's a lot of girls down in that crease. Kaylee Druck, Brittany Wheeler on the ice. Sally Prouse jabbing away at it.
Hannah Paulson has, she's going to sleep well tonight.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, again, she's had a very good game, made a lot of really good saves. Has clearly been the best player for North Metro today. So it looks like Paulson is down. Not sure if she's injured, tired, both, or what. Again, Paulson not a real tall goaltender, but does a really good job staying in the middle of the ice, protecting her crease, and keeping the puck out of the net so far. Yeah, it looks like Benilde is not even going to try to hold the zone, as both the defensemen bailed early on that one. Swedberg gets in front of Junkers and bangs it back out of the zone. Now they bring it in. And the Red Knights break it out with Keller. Keller in.
Just lost the puck off the end of her stick.
He chases it down in the corner. This is the Keller does not give up.
She is like most of these skaters.
Back to Peterson. Peterson shoots for the top part of the net. It'd be nice to see Cassie Peterson get a goal. Cassie has a bunch of assists, and I don't believe she's scored yet this year. Goes in front, Druck, and it's another stop by Paulson. Paulson is seeing the puck really, really well, and it was a good play by Kaylee Druck to free herself up for that shot. So you watch Kaylee stops, comes in front, good shot, but Paulson's right there.
Any change in the game plan, Greg, as this game gets deeper and
yeah,
deeper?
it looked like it sure looked like the as opposed to trying to hold the zone, that looked like both the defenders bailed early.
Yeah.
Maybe they've told them don't pinch anymore. We have enough of a lead. Let's just don't let them do anything. Don't let them get it out of the net. Especially if as you can see, the North Metro is still floating that girl out high, trying to get in behind her. But at this point, Grace Peluso is right on her, and then Megan Cornell does a good job holding the puck into the zone. That's Connery on the far boards. Comes off in front. And now Peluso takes over at center ice. And she drags it in the zone. And they go all the way across the ice. And there's Cornell with Connery. And the ever-present Grace Peluso right there to get the puck off, and again, having a really good second half of the season. She's, again, just a freshman. Here come the Red Knights. Wheeler takes over from Riley. Wheeler fires. Big stop by Paulson. Riley in the corner. Gives up the Panic. It's taken away by North Metro, and then Panic takes it right back. Panic again, ragging the puck in front, throws it in front to Wheeler. Here's Riley. Fires it, and there's Paulson.
Another save. She has been peppered this game. 13:20 to go in the third period right now. Benilde holding a 5-0 lead over the North Metro Stars in a quarterfinal game.
Riley on the draw, back to Simone, lets it loose, big slap shot, bounces in front, and it goes in. Simone let loose from the top of the point there, and the question is, how many people did it hit? Did it hit somebody in front? It looks like they're saying Simone scored the goal. We'll see if that's what ends up happening here. It's hard to tell in the replay who it hits and who's fighting for it. It just keeps bouncing, a lot of bodies. But they may give that to Simone. And Simone's no stranger to scoring goals. She's a 20-goal scorer playing defense, and this is the same thing with both Simone and Swedberg are both used to scoring a lot of goals. This year, Coach Herb said, once you girls play defense, and they're doing a really good job. It was Sydney Simone. Here comes Sydney again. This time fires on net. So that'll put the game into running time at 6-0. And here comes Allie Proust.
Nice to see Allie if she could get a goal today.
Yep. They're going to call it offside, but I don't think it was. It looked like Allie was the first one in the zone that both Kip and Keller and Kaylee Druck held up.
Coach Herbst at this point, does he rest some of the first line? Does he protect his kids?
He hasn't done it all season long. It's pretty much the whole season long. Everybody plays. I'm sure he will continue to roll all three lines now. There's probably not a reason. It's not a close enough game where they're going to sometimes they will shorten the bench, but in this case I don't think there's any real reason to. And again, they're still trying to float that girl out to center ice, and now it's time they get the puck in. So here comes Yonkers. There she goes through it. And then there's Miller. Great play by Peterson to come back and stop it.
We're going to get a penalty, though,
Peterson's going to get a penalty, but it was still a great play just to get her to, because they were floating that player up high. And they hear a whistle now. They're going to call Peterson for a hook. And there you can see is that they had an advantage in numbers. Cassie came back. They may have gotten the stick in there. It's hard to say. But certainly when you're up 6-0, you're not going to get a lot of breaks. That's the first time when they floated that player out and it actually made a difference.
And they've been doing that all game, and it finally worked. Here come the Red Knights.
Panic to Riley. Well, that's actually offside. In front, Miller makes the stop.
Saved by Abby Miller.
Covers it up.
And to your point, Greg, too, because of the score, it is running time. We're at just under 11 minutes to go.
It's one of the disadvantages of when you have running time and you're on a penalty. You don't get the full 2 minutes. Here comes Riley busting in, tries to throw it in front, doesn't work. Now Riley gets taken down into the corner, and they're going to get her for a hold or whatever. And again, just hope Caitlin Riley pops up quickly and everything will be okay. As Caitlin used the speed, and they had to take her down. They're going to get Yonkers for it, so.
I think North Metro Stars had a few things working against them. Too many penalties today, and a voracious Benilde St. Margaret's attack. Really, in the second period, I think that's when they really kind of, at this point, stepped up and.
Panic to Simone. Simone has a shot, takes it, knocked away by Paulson. Proust in the corner.
Simone's got a nice shot, Greg.
Simone has quick hands again. Sydney Simone normally plays forwards, not really a defender, but she's been playing defense this year just because Benilde is so deep at forward. And I would bet that next year Sydney goes back and plays forward.
Benilde
just shakes the girl off with one arm.
Benilde 10 seconds away from getting up on a power play.
Druck in the corner, ragging the puck, gives it back to Panic. This time Panic's tripped. There's no call there.
Red Knights at full strength.
The funny thing is, Panic gets tripped and gets right back up. And there she is, fires it in. Good stop by Paulson. Panic, corner to Riley. Riley scores. Beautiful goal by Caitlin Riley. And that's the hat trick for Caitlin.
That's one that Paulson never saw.
We barely saw it. When you watch the replay, let's see if you can see it. This is how quick Riley gets that puck up and
Quick
bang.
shot by the time the goalie was coming up. That
high glove side. And again, early in the game, Paulson was not going down and she was not giving those corners up. But this time she has gone down, and all of a sudden she's given that top part of that net. If you do that, they'll find it every time. Panic in tight as they tried to hold her off. Cornell at the point. Prowse and Panic on the assist to Riley's goal. Again, it's a hat trick, her 36th goal of the season. And again, Caitlin, one of the finalists for Ms. Hockey. Gives it up now to Brittany Wheeler on the far side. She tries to go around, and she stood up there. And then she's plastered to the wall and looks at the referee, wondering where the call is. I think we're all wondering. Swenson down in the corner. In front. Swenson again comes in front, shoots and scores. Mackenzie Swenson.
Great move, Greg. Just a great move. Can't wait to see this on the replay. That was a phenomenal goal.
Mackenzie Swenson's a smart hockey player, Chris. I'm sure she saw what everybody else did, is that all of a sudden Paulson started going down and giving the top part of that. Look, Paulson goes down, Swenson goes up and scores a goal. And again, we kind of call her the forgotten senior. She's an exceptional hockey player, plays in the third line. Plays a lot in penalty kill, and sometimes she'll play late in the game when they need a good, solid defensive presence. Connery fires. Connery looking for that first goal of the season, too. They're going to call that unassisted. I'd like to go back and check it because I'm not sure that should have been unassisted for Swenson.
Red Knights are going to make a line change here.
There it is. Now we get the look right here. It looked like, I guess Mackenzie did pick it up all by herself behind there. So you're right. Unassisted, I guess. Keller gets squeezed out in the far boards. And then Keller comes back in front to Prowse, and they're going to call Kippen for a hook. Now it looks like Kippen in an effort to get the puck back. And again, you hate to see late in the game where you're up 8-0. You want to stay out of the box.
Running time, as Greg mentioned, because of the score. It's 8-0 right now in the third period. Benilde over the North Metro Stars. Just over 6 minutes to go. North Metro on a power play.
Peterson, with strong hands, fires it all the way down. And the race is on, and Allie Prowse, I'm not sure that girl realized how close Allie is. Allie goes in, digs the puck out of the corner. And Allie is a awesome penalty killer. She can kill time all by herself. And here she is working the corner. Puck comes up. Swedberg battles for it. Now Peterson. Over to Prowse, who dumps it in and chases it in. That was Druck chasing, and now it's Prowse at center ice. Gives it up across the ice. That was offside. They didn't call it. And they dump it all the way down. Only a minute left in the penalty kill here for Benilde. Center ice. Panic waited for the girl to get the puck and then just took it away from her. Now she plays it around another player. Gets hooked in the corner. Gets taken down. No call.
No whistle.
Started off the near boards. And Swedberg fires it right back down into the corner.
Sandy Swedberg has been a machine today, just dumping.
Just playing defense. This time they bring the center ice. And Panic throws back out to Riley, who dumps it back to the blue line. And Peterson fires it off the boards. And Riley fires it the rest of the way, as they will probably kill this penalty off. Only 10 seconds left in it.
Just over 4 minutes to go in this section quarterfinal game.
Riley takes over, hands off to Panic. Red Knights are back at full strength. Panic plays it in, and they're going to say it's offside. And now their puck's out of the zone. Mostyn plays it at the blue line, and here comes Keller. And Keller stiffs over a stick, and now it just falls down. Oh, you can't throw it up the middle. Here comes Kaylee Druck. Druck in, fires just wide.
Nice shot, too.
Keller on the far boards. Chases it all the way behind the net, gets angled off. And now Druck goes into the corner. And Keller comes out with it. Keller falls down. They're going to get a penalty here for dragging Kippen down.
So just over 3 minutes to go, and the Red Knights will head back onto the power play.
And Abby Miller's saying, can you tick the clock a little faster, please?
Well, the face-off in the North Stars end.
Riley fires just wide. Druck back to Panic. Panic to Riley. In the corner for Druck now. Druck circles out. Over to Wheeler. Wheeler steps in, moves in, comes in front. They're going to call a holding penalty on Allie Prouse. So that's an interesting call.
I think Allie's saying the same thing. I'm not sure what you saw.
Did what? And the look on Allie's face is priceless right now. It's like, what? What did you just say? What, huh? So we're not going to make it easy. So there's about 2 minutes left in this game. They'll play 4-on-4 for another minute or so, and then there'll be a penalty to pretty much ride the game out for the Metro Stars.
We're under 2 minutes to go here.
Cassie Peterson was taken down. There's no call there. Big stop by Miller.
We're still under running time, and probably by the time the puck drops here, we're going to be under a minute to go.
You don't
Greg.
think Coach Herbst knows what's going on here. He's just put the first line back out to protect this thing. So Peterson behind the net to Panic.
We've got a minute to go in the game.
Fires it long down the ice, looking for like the long bomb to Wheeler. And now Wheeler chases in the corner, gives to Riley. Under a minute. Riley ragging the puck. In front to Wheeler. Big stop by Paulson. The puck laying there in front. Time running down. We're under 40 seconds. Across to Panic. Panic, stick handles through. Shot. Hits the post.
Right off the post.
Peterson did not go in because he did not want to get caught out of position. Smart play by Cassie. Puck still in the zone. 18 seconds left. Panic in by herself, fires. Big stop by Paulson. This time they can't quite get it there in front. It goes to Wheeler, and she shoots it and hits Paulson. But the good news is the time's ticking down. 3, 2, 1. Abby Miller has the record. So thank goodness. The game they've been waiting for all year long was where Abby Miller would set the record for most shutouts by a high school goaltender, and today she gets it. It's an 8-0 win over the North Metro Stars, and for Abby Miller is just a great kid. A goalie who always pumps the rest of her teammates up, and is always in every single game a battler. And thank goodness Abby Miller finally gets this last shutout.
I think it's somewhat ironic. I don't know if you remember this. The other day I came into your office at work and I said, looking at the game this weekend, what do you think? And you said, Chris, I think it's going to be 8-1 Benilde. It's 8-0.
Well, I was hoping it would be 8-0. And thank goodness that Abby gets this. And there have been times that the last game we thought she was going to get it, and she gave up a goal in the third. And she finally gets it, and they're just congratulating her. And down at the other end, the other side of the story, Hannah Paulson had gone down and is now up, and she looks like she's healthy, and she played a great game for North Metro. So the good news here for Benilde is this: they're going to go on. They'll play on Wednesday night, and they'll play the winner of Minnetonka and Robbinsdale Armstrong Cooper. And then 2 other games that will. Well, there's one other game besides that today. Wayzata takes on Maple Grove in a serious grudge match, a border battle, if you will. And then the winner of that game gets the unlucky task of having to take on Hopkins, who is the #1 seed in this district. So, good effort today by Benilde. The key is nobody got hurt. Everybody got to skate. They scored a bunch of goals. Abby Miller got the record. It's a good day. So we move on, and we get to play again on Wednesday night.
It was an exciting game today. It's a good win for the Red Knights. It's always nice to see the kids play well and get a nice victory, 8-0, as we see them beat the North Metro Stars. Greg, best of luck to the kids on the way out. I know you'll be watching your daughter, and the rest of the Red Knights will be following them as they head to state, and all the best as they get to Ritter and hopefully into the finals then for the state championship. It's been a great day, everybody. Thank you again for tuning in. We so appreciate your support. I'm Chris O'Connor along with Greg Swedberg. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you back on the rink real soon.